Hey, how's it going? This is Melinda and welcome to my channel. So today I'm doing a little bit of a rant video. Haven't done one in a while because I don't really feel like, quite frankly, I truly have a right to have a rant, you know? As far as buying vinyl records and reissues, we're living in the best times ever. There's been so many great reissues to buy. We're currently, this is August of 2025. We're in a big Fleetwood Mac love fest. There's so many great reissues of Fleetwood Mac coming out. So many things to celebrate, and yet I'm a little bothered, and I want to talk about some records that I feel like are being left out in the rain. They should not be ignored, Dan. If you're of a certain age like me, you understand that reference. If you're younger, you probably don't, and that's okay. These are records that are getting ignored. They deserve amazing reissues. They don't have to be UHQRs or one steps, but I definitely think they deserve the audiophile treatment. And if they did become UHQRs or one steps, I wouldn't complain. I would actually be thrilled. But just, come on, people. Why are these records being ignored? And I know it's easier for me to complain about than for these companies to actually make it happen. I understand that, but it's still frustrating. Well, let's start with the one, I'm wearing this shirt, by the way. This says it all, okay? Genesis Invisible Touch. This is a great record. There's been a lot of great Genesis reissues lately with that 75th anniversary and Analog Productions. So many great Genesis records. And yet, one of their biggest, if not their biggest selling record, left out. Could it be a UHQR is coming? Chad hasn't told me anything. He doesn't let me in on his secrets, unfortunately. So I have no idea. That would be awesome, and I would buy the UHQR, even though it would be a little pricey. I would cough up the money for it, because I would love to hear songs like Tonight, 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 in an audiophile way, In Too Deep. Throwing It All Away is such a sentimental song for me, and I would love to hear that one too. I'm glad to have this. Invisible Touch is a great album, and having a regular copy of it is fantastic. But if we're gonna do Genesis, come on, why is that one being left out? You know, I know a lot of you are more into the early Genesis, and that's fine, but you're just wrong. The Phil Collins version of Genesis is better. You can disagree with me in the comments, and I'm totally cool with that. The next one, I don't get it, okay? I'm very grateful to have a first pressing of Odyssey and Oracle, but no one should have to go back to a first or second pressing to have a good sounding version of this record. This one definitely deserves audiophile treatment. It was a well-recorded record and sounds amazing. A lot of these reissues, you guys, I'm going to admit, they don't sound good at all. They stink, in matter of fact. You know, I think A.B. Fawn with Impex could do an amazing job of a one-step with Odyssey and Oracle. I think Craft Recordings might have their hand in the Zombies, this album, maybe a small batch release. I think a lot of people would buy it. I know I would. Mobile Fidelity, Analog Productions, anybody who could get their hands on it. We need a better copy of this record. It's too good for it to just be left to having to try to find a clean first pressing or second pressing. That's nearly impossible. This next record is one that a lot of you would be like, no, we don't need a better copy of this. And I say, oh, yes, we do. Duran Duran's Rio. I think it's a fantastic 80s record, this new synth pop. I really think it could even sound better. I love these. My Own Way is an amazing song. Rio, Hungry Like the Wolf, Save a Prayer. This is such a great record. And yes, I love having an original, but I think an audiophile version, maybe put 45 RPM or a one step or just something else would be fantastic. And I would buy it. Would you all buy it? Would you buy Duran Duran's Rio if it came out as an audiophile release? I think it would be fantastic. Okay, so here's another one that some of you are going to disagree with, no doubt about it. I have this Michael Jackson's History. This is an original, and it's really ridiculously expensive at this point. Now, the album History, honestly, could have probably been condensed. Michael Jackson was going through a lot of turmoil. He was very angry at the accusations being thrown at him, and he was pushing back in his art with this album. So we could probably let go of some of those. But I would love to hear an audiophile version of History. I would love to hear Stranger in Moscow. I think it's such a beautiful song. Scream, You Are Not Alone. There's just so many amazing songs on here and a few throwaways, I'm not gonna lie. This would be fantastic. And if it could also come with that Greatest Hits LP that's also included in this old box set, and we could get audiophile Greatest Hits of Michael Jackson, wow, that would be unbelievable. Now, I know Mobile Fidelity is doing some of the Michael Jackson catalog. They've done Off the Wall and Thriller, Dangerous. I don't know if this will be one of them. I don't know if this record's sold enough or is popular enough. I would love it if they did it. And while they're at it, I just want to say, I know this isn't one of Michael Jackson's best albums. It's Invincible. It's good. It's not great. It's not on par with Thriller or Off the Wall or Bad. But I think it deserves better than a picture disc. And also with History, that's all we got right now is a picture disc as far as I know, other than these originals that are ridiculously expensive. So a little bit more Michael Jackson, just regular, cool, great vinyl pressings would be awesome. This next one is one a lot of you would agree with. And I say, do to this what they did to Animals, the Animals remix. And I'm talking about Pink Floyd's Wish You Were Here. This record so desperately needs an update. I have no problem with them doing a remix because I think what they did for Animals was absolutely unbelievably good. We just need better versions of this record. Go back to those analog tapes and bring out the best of this record. It desperately needs it. Most people can't afford what is considered the best sounding version of that record, and it's very rare, so there's not even enough of them to go around. So yeah, Wish You Were Here. I know I'm not alone. A lot of people would like to see some kind of analog or audiophile reissue of that record done by one of the best mastering engineers available right now. You know, think Krieg Wunderlich, Kevin Gray, Chris Bellman. I mean, there's so many. I shouldn't even be saying because I don't want to leave anybody out. Okay, so this is one, you guys, that I know that people, I know that if anybody, and I don't think any like music labels watch me, quite frankly, but if they do, I know they're saying, we try. But you guys, we need better Led Zeppelin reissues. We need audiophile versions of their records. Let's get the best we can get, And honestly, I would make the argument to Jimmy Page. You're not going to lose any money. People are still going to buy your favorite versions of these records because they're very affordable. But as audiophiles, the people who collect vinyl, and this is our passion, come on. I know if I could, I would be baking cookies every day and taking them to Jimmy Page's house and saying, please, 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 let us have some audiophile records. Let's line your pockets with more money, Jimmy, because we would love them and we would eat them up and buy them all. They would sell, especially if someone could come up with the metalwork for the Led Zeppelin II Robert Ludwig Hot mix. A lot of people would buy that one. If you could find that metalwork and press that, I mean, that would be so unbelievable. I would even buy another copy of it so I could have an even cleaner version. This next record is one that I've heard rumors about that it might actually become a UHQR, but that is a long-standing rumor, and I still haven't heard anything. And we just need a better version of Who's Next by The Who. Now, I have a Qui-X Classic series version of it. This is Classic, was a music label that went out of business a long time ago, but they put out some amazing stuff. So this does sound really good, but we could sure use another, newer, more reasonably priced audiophile version of Who's Next, because let's face it, unless you can buy a first pressing of certain labels or this Qui-X version, you're not going to be able to get a good copy of it. Most copies, including the new reissues that exist right now, they stink, okay? They're not that great. They could be better. Okay, so this is one that I feel like a lot of people be like, oh, come on. But this is one of the most commercially successful bands and albums of all time. A lot of people say this rock and roll band is the equivalent of pizza. Everybody likes them. And I'm talking about Journey Escape. Somewhere down the road, a long time ago, Mobile Fidelity had put this one out, and for some reason that Mobile Fidelity record got recalled. So it's extremely rare, hard to get, sells for over $1,000. And yes, a long time ago there was a CBS Master Sound version of it. I don't know how that one sounds. I just know that I have the Frontiers version of the CBS Master Sounds. Sounds exactly like the original. There's no difference at all. I don't know about this, but I think someone should get to these analog tapes and put out another amazing audiophile reissue of Escape by Journey. I think that one would sell huge, even though a lot of people are too cool for Journey now. I think it would be a big hit. Here's another one, and I can't complain. I have a beautiful copy of this record, but I know a lot of people who still need a wonderful copy of this, and it is Goodbye Yellow Brick Road by Elton John. This one is the Mobile Fidelity version from 1984. It sells for a ridiculous amount of money, and so does the Speaker's Corner version. There are original UK versions that people say sound amazing. Those are hard to come by, especially in clean condition. Someone else needs to come up with an audiophile version of this record. I guarantee you it would sell. Why? Why would they not do it? And I know I'm sitting here. It's easier said than done, Melinda. I know music labels are saying that right now. But it's frustrating to me when there's so many wonderful releases coming out, and yet these records are being ignored. And I've got a few more here. I'm going to talk about one that I think is absolutely ridiculous. The whole situation's ridiculous, and I could make a whole video complaining about this. And I'm talking about this Garth Brooks Box Set that he sold 1 million copies of, acting like it was going to be a limited edition, only to put it everywhere from Walmart to Sam's Club to the Dollar General store. You could pay a fortune for it and buy it when it first came out, or wait and pay pennies on the dollar. So yes, this box set is readily available, but it's missing a lot of his albums. It's missing the debut album. It's missing Roping the Wind. It's missing that Christmas album that he put out. It's missing a lot of albums. He needs to go ahead and follow up with this box set and put out the rest of his albums on vinyl. I don't know why he hasn't. Maybe he's gotten a little backlash for this box set and how many of these were pressed, and deservedly so. He deserves some criticism for that one. That was pretty ridiculous. At the same time, give us the rest of your discography, Mr. Brooks. We would really appreciate it. Here's another one that just needs something released again, because to get an audiophile version of it is too expensive, and it's Nirvana's Nevermind. A lot of people say there are versions of it that sound incredible. I personally haven't been able to hear the Mobile Fidelity version. I have a one that was mastered by Bernie Grundman that a lot of people say is great, but I still think maybe, just maybe, someone could do more with it and give it a little bit more bass. It's missing in the bass department a little bit. Such a great album. I love it. And if something like a One Step or a UHQR came out, it doesn't even have to be those brands. It could be something else. I would buy it in a heartbeat, and I know a lot of people would. It would sell out. So it's just something else to think about. And finally, one record that is so important for me and my husband, and I don't know if it can be ever made to be amazing. It may never be an audiophile quality record, which is a shame. I think the problem was in the recording, but U2's The Joshua Tree. If something better could come along and someone could improve, maybe do a remix if they have to, of U2's The Joshua Tree. The originals are very flat sounding. They just aren't as dynamic as they should be for such great music that it is. Whether you like U2 or not, The Joshua Tree was a huge hit. It changed the sound of music in the 80s, and it's an important album. And the fact that we don't have what I would say is an amazing copy of it, maybe it can't be done. Maybe it was just recorded so poorly in such a way that even the most amazing mastering engineers can't do anything with it. I say, give it a try. Give it a try, you know? So these are some of the records that I think deserve wonderful audiophile reissues. They don't have to be the $150, $125 bucks reissues, but I would love to see better versions of these available. Let me know what records you would like to see reissued. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe. It's totally free. You don't have to pay me a dime. Please hit the like button to help the algorithm and hit the notification bell. Most importantly, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.